Well, hello everyone, Jarrett here, and I'm doing commentary on a match between the blue Zerg, I think that's what his color is? Yes, the blue Zerg Kreuz and the red Terran Icedude. I actually don't know how this game is going to end out. Hopefully I'm recording it this time, because last time I really wasn't. Okay, this game is starting, both players, standard start, both make a worker to start out. Can't really say much. It looks like Icedude's either gonna... Oh, he's walling off with the barracks. I could have said that was gonna be a scout. No. Okay. Here's your barracks. This overlord is gonna scout his base, and if Icedude sees it, then he knows where the Zerg is, which can be both good and bad for the Zerg. There is a spawning pool going out very early. I think that's a 7 pool. So could this be a rush? I don't know. I don't know how this game's gonna end out. From what I've heard, this game is actually going to be really good, so I'm really anticipating it. Here comes another drone on the way for Kreuz. Just going to check out what's on the way. There's a spawning pool and a barracks, so they're two standard unit pumping buildings, I guess, I like to call them. Drones on the way again. Supply depot, overlord. Very even, like, exactly head-on game so far. Really impressed. So, most people are asking, like, if I'm sure I want to do commentary for all the matches in this tournament. There's only really 15, and the hardest part isn't the commentary itself. No, that comes easily. Honestly, the hardest part for me is uploading them, because it takes about 45 minutes, I'd say, to save, compile, make the video 1080p, and then make it, like, YouTube worthy. And then it takes another, like, hour and a half to upload it to YouTube. So, I mean, I'm talking 16 hours, probably, of work, maybe, but, you know, it doesn't matter, because summer break, it's better than what I'd probably be doing if I didn't have busy work ahead of me. Okay, these two Marines are coming out. They're gonna stop any drone from scouting into his base, I guess. It does have a refinery, but it's not saturized. He only has one SCV in there. Building another supply depot. Interesting. Still no add-on for that because he doesn't have the gas for it. These Zerglings are going to go ahead, and this could be a rush. I don't think I'll end it though because there are enough Marines to fight this off. Oh no, he could be in trouble because here comes another Marine, but I mean, 2 to 2, two Zerglings for one Marine, that's a fair fight. And when you have 3 Zerglings and 1 Marine, it's not that fair. Anyways, he has his Queen out now using the Spawn Larva ability, one of my favorite things. He was a little late in using it because his Queen has an extra 20 energy. He's going for double gas pretty early, so I'm interested to see what kind of build he'll be using. Maybe heavy air or heavy hydras or mutas. Most likely, that's what I'm calling right now. This Overlord, I can't remember if he used it to scout his base. I wasn't paying attention at the time. I was talking about this, how close their production was to each other. So these Marines are going to come out and do the same job that the previous Marines did. Hopefully they don't die to Zerglings like the other ones did, though. 8 Zerglings and 3 Marines. About to be 4. So if they were to fight right now, if the Zerg player could swarm them, he'd win. This Queen's just pooping out larva. Hasn't made a creep tumor yet. There's no expansion down for the Zerg player. Usually fast expand is a good way to start a long game with a Zerg player. But double gas went down. Mineral line is not saturated as it could be. Looks like he's trying to fix that actually by making more drones. I applaud that. Terran player isn't probably about as half as saturated as he should be. Yeah, there's about 15 SCVs there, but he's double gas as well. A factory going down, so this could be a mech heavy build, or maybe he can transition into a starport. I can't tell yet, it's too early. Anyways, I'm calling Hydra Mutas and mech or air. I'm not sure what this Overlord's doing actually, he's just kind of sitting there. And these Zerglings are sitting there content to deal with any Marines that would attempt to come in. I honestly think that if these Marines were to push right now, those Zerglings wouldn't stand a chance. There's only the Queen really to fight. He's working on building an economy now. Roach Warren. So he's going roaches, which makes sense, but he should have more minerals than gas. Because if I'm right, roaches cost, yes, 3 times more minerals than gas, and right now he has about, I want to say, roughly 3.5 times the amount of gas as he does minerals. So, I mean, he's a little behind when it comes to minerals, but that's okay. Zerg is really rough with that early game. Later game, as Zerg transitions, they usually go on to want more gas than minerals. Okay, these Helium's Marines are going to make a push. I'm interested to see how this will go, considering he only has 8 Zerglings, and there are 7 Marines and 2 Heliums, so he has the food advantage. Iceman, that is. Icedude, sorry. I don't know why I'm thinking like Mega Man right now. But, so the Heliums are going to go in, pull them. They're going to do some micro to do some damage. Ooh, all the Zerglings go down. Now is a really good time to push into his base. He has roaches on the way. Roaches are a good counter to both Marines, I think, but especially Helions. He's going to snipe that Overlord, which is devastating. That brings him to almost being supply capped. He does not have the speed upgrade. He isn't upgrading anything for roaches. He really needs more minerals because he has an excess of gas. And of course, I don't know. I guess I could have been wrong on the mech. Oh, nope. Tech lab. So, either, you know, could be siege tanks, Thors, if this push doesn't follow through. Anyways, I think Icedude can expect what's going to happen here. And he isn't happy about it, so he's just going to build up and regroup. He's going to try to do some micro. If you take Zerg off creep early in the game without speed upgrades or with roaches without burrow, you can really do well against them because they're just so slow off creep, especially the Queen. The Queen is like the speed of an Overlord, but when she gets on creep, her speed almost triples, so very fast on creep. These Marines out here are waiting for their chance to go in and fight. There's a siege tank that could devastate those Zerglings because they have splash damage, which I think is a little overpowered, but oh well. Siege tanks do extra damage against armored. Luckily, Zerglings aren't armored. I don't believe roaches are armored, but Zerglings aren't. I know they're like biological, so this should be interesting to see how this plays out. I'd siege up that siege tank now, actually, but I can see what's going to happen. Oh, and he loses all his Zerglings and only has 5 roaches to retreat with. Let's see. I'm going to go to production really quick and check that out. There's siege tech on the way, starport, and 2 overlords. I'm going to go remind myself what siege tech does really quick. I want to say it's just a power-up because I just finished researching it, so I'm not going to be able to see it. But it didn't show up on the siege tanks. Not yet. Or maybe you can't be in siege mode until you get siege tech. I don't know. I only played campaign with siege tanks, so I wouldn't know. I'm probably right in that. Oh, you don't have line of sight yet. But so that Marine's going to go up there, get line of sight, so that the siege tank can blast it. Very nice micro. Very nice play. These roaches are going to come in, and the Marine's going to try to pull him down, but he's not falling for the same trick twice. He's going to retreat with his roaches. Of course, Icedude's bringing in more siege tanks. He's not making any more Marines, though, which he could. Although he is a little starved on minerals if you're going for a siege tank heavy build. He does have a lot more gas than minerals, and so does Kreuz. This is interesting. If I had to say on this point, I would say the Terran wins here, but I can't be sure. Okay, so this siege tank's in range to get everything within those white lines, so it'll destroy those roaches. The roaches don't destroy it first. Some drawback about the siege tank is if the units get too close to it, it can't really shoot them, which is disappointing at times. He's going to try to pull these roaches back into a siege tank with one well-placed... Nope. I was going to say one well-placed blast could easily destroy those 4 with low health, but it didn't happen. This siege tank's sitting there, chilling out. He should be up there with his buddy, but he's not. If I had to say at this point, actually, the Zerg looks like he's going to win. This isn't like one of most of our matches where it was one-sided. The Hydralisk den did go out. Spire's on the way for heavy air, which is the counter to siege tanks. but Marines are also on the way, so this game could go either way. I love the music in this game. I don't know, Terran music is just really good, because it's, I don't know the genre it is. It's just really good, I like it. Zerg music, not so much. Protoss music, haven't played them enough to pay attention to it. But, back to the game at hand, there is a spire going down like I mentioned. This Overlord just got told like 3 million ways to move. Production, there's a siege tank, a Banshee. Is he getting cloak for that Banshee? He might be, because he got it. Yep, there it is, cloak. I called it. I'm getting better at this commentating stuff. So, no expansions. Terran's way better at running out of one base than Zerg. But Zerg has the unit advantage right now, I want to say. Let's see, 4 siege tanks to 1 cloaked Banshee. He needs to get a detector, that's what they're called, detectors out right away to deal with that cloak when it comes out. Those Marines will probably help against Spire units if they come out, and 4 siege tanks. I would say Zerg has the advantage in unit composition. Once that Banshee gets cloak, it's going to be devastating, unless he gets a detector out immediately. The only mobile detector for Zerg is Overseer, which is kind of inconvenient, because that's basically a supply depot you're sending to go fight with, and it can be shot down very easily by Marines. He's sieging up. The Zerg is locked in his base, and that's not a position most Zerg players want to be in. It's Terran. Icedude is not really making any more troops right now. He doesn't really need to at this point until he sees what the Zerg is going to do. If the Zerg is trying to turtle, he's out of luck, because that's not going to happen. Very nice play there. What he did was he put that siege tank inside these siege tanks' range, so when that siege tank could no longer shoot these Zerglings, not the Zerglings, Roaches and Hydralisks anymore, those siege tanks can follow up. So this is going to be the follow-up push. Interesting to see. Once those Banshees cloak, they're going to be unkillable. And the final push, maybe? We have mutas on the way, which will deal with the Marines first, and then the siege tanks. Here come the mutas. If he focus fires the Marines, he can turn this push around and win. This has been a very entertaining game. I wish the Zerg player wouldn't have been trapped, because Zerg going off a 2 base against the Terran going off a 1 base is a really fun match to see, because especially if the turtle Terrans with siege tanks, because then it's just waves of Zerg going at it again and again. So there go the mutas. Kreuz is missing his hatchery, but he might still win this if he can fight off these Marines. I would send my muta, my Hydras there to fight, because this is basically his all-in final push. If he can't get it out, there's the Viking counters air, although he has enough mutas to see how this goes. He has 3 mutas, and Kreuz might have this victory, because Icedude is not making any more units at all. These mutas are going to take out the SCVs, take out the... Oh, it's lifting off, but that's no good against air units. Come on, Icedude. Better than that. And these Overlords are just chilling out. If Overlords were something in real life, I'd say they'd be houseflies without wings, because they have the giant eyes and those 6 legs and like the spikes on their back. I don't know. My opinion. So the command center landed, realizing it's over. Icedude GG's, and that was a really fun game to watch, actually. Really back and forth. Thanks, Agito, for telling me to do this one sooner than all the others, just with your opinion. But good game to watch. Thank you guys for having me commentate your tournament vid. I do not mind it at all, and next time, see you again.